What's up, everybody? Another week, another tough loss for the Jets this week. We played the Patriots hard, and we competed with them the whole game, but we weren't able to get the job done yet again, despite a 10-0 lead early in the game, and the Jets fell short, and they led in the fourth quarter also, 17-13, but they still couldn't get the job done, and they fell short, 22-17 final score. I guess you could. It sucks losing, but overall, I think at this point in the season, after the season that we've had, a season full of difficulties, a season full of stress, heartbreaking failure after failure after failure throughout this whole year, it was finally good to see the Jets actually play a clean game for the most part, except two gaff fumbles or whatever. So it was just great to see them work and fight. Or was it 3? So they did everything they could to win. I really thought the offense clicked a lot during the game. I loved the way we just kept driving. I think we only punted the ball one time, maybe 2 times. But overall, it was a really good performance from the offense. I don't blame them for anything. And the defense did well also. They did their job. They started hot against Tom Brady. I think he only had like 30 passing yards in the first quarter. 90 maybe at halftime or something like that. So they did a great job, and they got to Brady a lot early and often. But it's the story of the year. Not playing all 4 quarters of the ball game is what hurt us, man. Week 1 against the Bengals. 4th quarter, we didn't show up. Week 2 against the Bills. 3rd quarter, we weren't playing. Week 3 versus the Chiefs, the whole game we weren't there. Week 4 against the Seahawks. The second half, we didn't show up. Week 5 against the Steelers, the second half, we didn't show up. And Week 6 against the Cardinals, we weren't there the whole game. Week 7, we played Baltimore. We didn't show up the first half. We were down 10-0. Or 10-3 at halftime, or 10-10 or something like that. I don't know. But we weren't there for most of our first half. And then the same with the Browns the week after. And then the Dolphins game, the 4th quarter, we allowed. And then obviously the Rams game, we pretty much didn't show up at all on offense. We had Petty starting. And then we got to play the Patriots and weren't there for the 4th quarter, the most important one of the whole game. So, I'd like to say, we can do this. We can play complete quarters, a complete game. We did it all the time last year. We just haven't been able to do it this year, one good week. Even when we won, like I said, the Ravens, Bills, Browns games, the ones that we won, we weren't there the whole game. So, it could have gone either way throughout that one. It was really rough game Sunday in the 4th quarter. Not scoring any points hurts big time. We scored a touchdown, in the first 5 minutes of the last quarter, but, we weren't there. The offense started to drive. We had the ball back. It was 17-16, and the Patriots had just scored a field goal. We stopped them great and forced them to be down by 1 at the best. So they kicked a field goal. They made it, and then we get the ball back with like 5 minutes to go or 6 minutes to go. Tell me why they were still passing the ball. I understand you're not having much success with Forte, but at least run it and run it and run it again to get as much time off the clock as possible. If there's everybody in the box, it's different. But the Patriots were playing coverage blitz, so zone blitz. So what they do is they've got 5 guys in the box or so, and then depending on how many receivers are on the field, they'll drop the linebackers in the zone or they'll blitz the linebackers. But they weren't even blitzing that much. They were just getting right around our pocket and getting to the quarterback. Our line held off for most of the game. Like I said, nobody shows up in the 4th quarter besides that touchdown drive. That was it. So, got to play a complete game, man. Next year, we definitely need to change this. whether it means firing the offensive coordinator or firing somebody in charge. I don't think Todd Bowles should be fired, like I said in my last video. He's only been there 2 seasons. He had a great season last year, and you can't think of him as the best coach when he's winning. You can't think of him as the worst coach when he's losing. So, I mean, but someone needs to go because this team is undisciplined. They're not playing all 4 quarters like they were last year. I don't care who you're playing. It's evident that you aren't trying as hard when you're giving up touchdowns late in the game and not getting touchdowns. So, I mean, it's there, but I'll just say this. My 2 or 3 main reasons we lost the game. Number 1 was because, obviously, the turnovers probably. The fumbles cost us. There was a beautiful, I think it was towards the end of the game. I think it was that last drive when we had 6 minutes left. Fitz threw a pretty pass to Robbie Anderson on the comeback route. Robbie Anderson tried to come back into the field, though, and got the ball knocked out of his hands, and the Patriots recovered. Another turnover was obviously the one at the very end of the game. Fitzpatrick got strip sacked. A lot of times, most times I'll say, strip sacks are they're almost impossible to counter unless you've got a real strong arm, you're young, and you can protect that ball. It's really hard to try to keep the ball when a guy's got his arm on your hand or your wrist or your arm when the ball's in there and you don't see him. But the awareness Fitzpatrick could have shown to know that people were around him. But that goes back to the line, like I said, not playing in the 4th quarter. The line played great most of the game. I don't think Fitzpatrick ever got sacked. Maybe once. But the line played great. So the turnovers were really bad, though. They weren't just bad just because they were turnovers. They were bad because of when they happened. You can't give Tom Brady an extra possession no matter what. You definitely can't give him an extra possession in the 4th quarter because that's when he shines. And I think our 2 turnovers, there was that one in the first half with Robbie Anderson, then there was that one at Fitz at the end of the game. It might have been 3. It might have been a 3rd fumble by Jalen Marshall or somebody. I don't know. But all I know is that we turned the ball over too much, and the Patriots never did. We never got a takeaway. Next would be the officiating. I do think there was calls that were blown during the game that should have went our way, and then they put them either on us or they declined the penalty or didn't call anything. There was a definite pass interference on 2 occasions towards the end of the 3rd, beginning of the 4th that the refs didn't call. There was one with Jalen Marshall when we were about to score a touchdown, going down the field. And anyway, the safety or the corner that was covering Jalen Marshall went up on him and grabbed him early before the ball got to him. Refs didn't call it. That's what they did a lot most of the game. And whether it's because of Tom Brady that we're facing, whether it's because we're facing Bill Belichick or the Patriots as a whole, I don't know why, but the refs were just... we like to call them cheaters because there's so much evidence, And I saw a real quick. I don't know if this was real or not, but I saw a real quick cameo or a little camera on the sideline, I should say, and it showed Bill Belichick talking to the refs, towards the end of the quarter or whatever. But he was sitting there talking to him, not just saying, "Oh, you didn't call this penalty, you didn't call that." He was sitting there talking to him. Camera went to them, and then the ref looked at the camera, and then the camera went away. So I don't know if it's something, it is. I know they cheat, and I've called them cheaters, but I don't want to say that that's why we lost, because the refs were paid or Bill Belichick sweetened it up or whatever for them to make those calls against us or not make calls. So, I don't know, but... And also when Tom Brady, I think that was when the Patriots got their 2nd touchdown of the game. They went down the field, and it was he dropped the ball either on the snap or just slipped out of his hands or something. Anyway, it bounced when it fell out, and it bounced right back up and almost into his hands. Normal football would hit the ground and bounce forward or bounce backwards. It bounced straight back up just about. That's signs of deflation in the football. So I mean, I don't like I said, I don't know what it was, but there was a lot of reasons to believe that it was a crooked game. But the Patriots got the win nonetheless. My last reason would be the fourth quarter. Like I said, we weren't able to play a complete game, and like the story has been for so long this year, the Patriots, Tom Brady, get it done when they need to. They came back from a 10-point deficit, and I applaud them for that. However, they got it done, whether it was by cheating or fair play. I believe it was fair play though. We outplayed ourselves. Like I said, we gave them that game. Coaching, there's got a lot of flaws, man, that you could point out from this game. You can point out more than one mistake. It's so easy to point them out when you're losing games. When you're winning games, it's not as easy. So, we're learning a lot from this year because we've lost 8 games now. It's 3-8. Next up is home against the Colts Monday Night Football. I do believe we'll win that game. Just because of the situation, our defense is going to be playing desperate. And if they got to Tom Brady the way they did, they're going to be all over beating Andrew Luck. So stay tuned for the preview video for that. I should be making some more videos. These last 2 weeks of school for me are going to be rough, though. So I'm going to try to make videos as I can. Week 13 picks come out in a couple of days. You guys take it easy. I got the Eagles winning tonight, Monday Night Football. You guys take care. Jet up still till I die. I will rep this team no matter what. It's going to hurt. But, sometime one day it'll be our year. It'll be our day, our time. And all these people that bash me know that I'll be the only one celebrating them. And so will the Jet Nation. So jet up. Take care, guys. And you heard it first from Harley.